Today, I want to talk to you about turning your business or yourself into a brand. Now that we've turned Fit Body Bootcamp franchise into an international brand, everyone's asking me, hey, how can I turn myself or my business into a brand? Unless you are funded by a venture capitalist and unless you've taken on an equity stakeholder and they've brought in a lot of money, listen, I don't want you to focus on building a brand. You cannot build a brand if you are starting on a bootstrap budget, and that's how I started. When you're driving down the highway and you see a Coca-Cola billboard, and then you see a big giant bus in the city with the Coca-Cola advertisement on it, do you think Coca-Cola knows where the sales are coming from? Are they able to track the sales from the billboards or the sales from the bus or the sales from the movie theater? Obviously not, right? They do branding as advertising and they have a ton of money, and so they are just shooting their brand out everywhere, and they are everywhere all the time, right? Omnipresence. Now, when I first started out with Fit Body Bootcamp and I wanted to make this a global brand, I didn't think about how I can brand myself. I just wanted to do one thing. I wanted to sell one franchise location. And when I sold one franchise location, I said I'm gonna sell another franchise location. And then I sold a third franchise location, and a fourth, and a fifth, and now we have hundreds of Fit Body Bootcamp locations worldwide. We've created a national brand, and it's become a thing. But before you can make yourself a thing, before you can make your business a thing, you gotta first just focus on direct response marketing. Direct response marketing is accountable marketing. I know that it feeds the ego to see yourself as a brand and a public figure, but listen, if you were to just start putting your logo or your brand all over the place, how are you gonna be able to track where the money's coming from? You're not gonna be able to track that. And if you can't track it, you can't quantify it. The best branding you can do in your business is to make a promise and to keep a promise. When I created Fit Body Bootcamp International, my goal was to take personal training and reduce the cost of personal training. I wanted people who couldn't afford personal training to work with a personal trainer at a reduced rate. So we went from one-on-one personal training to the bootcamp style. And the whole idea there is one coach or trainer and many clients. And that reduces the cost that each individual person is paying. I knew that there was a problem, and so I brought in a solution. Whatever brand or whatever business or idea that you have right now, I don't want you to think about branding. I want you to think about solving a problem. You go and you solve the problem and everything else will fix itself, because you'll sell one and then two and then three. And so whether you're building a franchise or you're building a media marketing agency, or maybe you're just a one-off location selling cupcakes, make the best fucking cupcakes you can on the planet. And when you do, guess what happens? People talk about you. And so my challenge to you is, while being a brand feeds the ego, profit feeds the family. And if we know that to be true, then your job is to focus on direct response marketing, accountable marketing. For every dollar you spend, are you getting $1 back, $1.50 back, or $2 back? Use direct response marketing. Make a promise and keep a promise, solve problems, sell like your life depends on it, and the more you sell and deliver the results, the bigger your brand is gonna get. I promise you that. Whether you're trying to build a personal brand or you're trying to build an actual business that's gonna turn into an empire and people are gonna talk about, it starts with one sale at a time and delivering the goods on the promise. Far too many people waste too much time on the wrong stuff, doing the things that feed their ego, trying to build a brand, calling themselves public figures. Man, let me just go on a little rant here now that I shared the goods with you, right? Let me go on a little rant. If you've got like a couple thousand followers or a couple hundred followers, listen, man, you're probably not a public figure. Don't go clicking that button on Instagram or Facebook that you're a public figure. Do you understand that? A public figure is someone who is actually out there. They've written the books. They've run the big giant seminars. They have changed and impacted lives. That's a public figure, right? Right now, you just need to put your head down and grind. You need to hustle. And I always talk about, in the beginning, you hustle. And you get to a point where hustle turns into scale and strategy. But right now, for most of you watching this, you are in the hustle and grind mode, not in the building a brand mode, not in feeding your ego mode. You're not trying to be a public figure. You just want to be an entrepreneur and solve a problem, make a promise, keep a promise, change lives, sell like a motherfucker. And when you do, you will build a brand with yourself and your business. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.